Hi, this is Sandy with my continuing effort towards being a paraglider pilot. Here's some kiting practice at Shelter Point. We're only there briefly once a week, so I'm trying to make the most of it. The forecast was about 10 to 15 knots, but dying down towards noon, so we made an earlier than usual start, as I wanted the wind to do some reverse kiting. Unfortunately, the wind started to drop almost immediately after we arrived, but I did manage to get a little bit of reverse kiting in. It's been quite a while, but I built a wall and held the risers the right way with no twists, A's in my right, D's in my left, with proper brakes in each hand. I moved to the wing's low side and braked with that side. But I'm out of room and the wind suddenly dropped. I'll count that one as a success though. Now I'll pull up in reverse and turn toward the wind, which is another thing I haven't practiced for quite a while. Got turned around and the wind dies again. It's possible the shift in the position of my hips along with the lighter wind had something to do with this sudden collapse. Couldn't really move forward, so maybe the slight backwards movement as I turned was just enough. Well, backwards towards the wing. As the wind continued to drop, I decided to do a short forward run. They're not so painful and bruising now that I know how to pull my arms back and relax them. Barely got the turn back in. Can't squeeze any more out of the wind at this point, so I guess I'll have to go to the Venturi point away from the slope to the water and hopefully pick up more wind there. Pulling up. I can feel what the wing is doing much better now when going forward, but need to be a bit more subtle and smooth on the brakes, I think. There was a point, I think it was here, where I found one of my brake lines knotted with a thumb knot around the pulley, which was kind of weird. Gotta look out for things like that. Up again. I jumped onto the brakes pretty hard again, but this time there was no effect, so I still have a lot to learn, I guess. So it looks like any more reverse kiting is out of the question as the wind has dropped even more and is becoming shifty. Getting our timing right to come out here has proven to be tricky. We don't like to waste gas at these prices, so try to include the farmer's market and a lunch in the trip. Now before I scrunch up the wing to carry it back, I like to make sure it's all in order first. Saves time setting it up at the other end. So here's some forwards. Well, mostly. Should have kept moving forward on my turn. I haven't quite mastered that yet. Here it is again to add insult to injury. Oh, the wind is going this way. Moved way back to the trees so I could get in a decent run. As soon as I feel lift, I start hopping, which probably shocks the wing. Just can't break that habit. Right to the edge. The longer run seems to have paid off. As these vlogs are primarily for analyzing what I'm doing wrong in different situations, I must include failures as well, of course. After the wind died out, the failures started to pile up, as did the temperature, so things kind of went downhill from there. The wind had changed direction again, but it took me a few tries to figure that out. I planned to make up a stake with a ribbon to drive into the ground, as I seem to have a lot of difficulty with that. So here's facing the new direction, and good one. Okay, well that's about it for vlog of July 15th. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.